Welcome to physics online session. Today's class will discuss photoelectric effect. So this phenomenon was first discovered by Hertz in the year 1887. Okay. So what is photoelectric effect? When a light of suitable frequency incident on the metal surface, electrons are emitted from it. Okay. For example, let us take a metal surface. This is a metal. Okay. When a light of suitable frequency, this is a light of suitable frequency incident on a metal surface, so electrons are ejected from it. Okay. The phenomenon of emission of electrons from the metal plate when it is illuminated by light of any suitable radiation is known as photoelectric emission, and the electrons which are emitted from the metal plate are known as photoelectrons. So photo means, so these are emitted due to the light only. So light causes the emission of electrons. Light nothing but photo. So photoelectric emission, and electrons are known as photoelectrons, and the current which is established in the circuit due to these electrons is known as photo current. Okay. So this is a photo current. Okay. So it is experimentally observed that alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium show this photoelectric emission effect under visible light. When a visible light means VIBGR, when a visible light incident on these elements, alkali metals, okay, so they causes photoelectric emission. But some other materials like zinc, cadmium, magnesium doesn't show photoelectric effect with a visible light. Okay. So with in these metals, electrons are somewhat tightly bound to the perinucleus. It requires more energy to cause photoelectric emission. So under visible light only these metals show photoelectric emission. Okay. So this is about the photoelectric effect. Okay. Now we will see the experimental study of photoelectric emission. What is photoelectric effect? Light incident on a metal surface and electrons are emitted, that's it. So emission of electrons from the metal plate when it is illuminated by light or any suitable radiation is called photoelectric emission. The emitted electrons are called photoelectrons and the current is known as photocurrent. Okay. This is about the photoelectric effect, and this phenomena was discovered by Hertz and he got a Nobel Prize for it. Okay. Very important discovery. Okay. And the next one is the experimental study of photoelectric effect. This is the experimental setup. To observe photoelectric emission. So it mainly consists of an evacuated quartz tube, quartz glass or quartz tube, and this tube mainly consists of two plates. Okay. One of the plate emit electrons known as cathode. Okay. It is also called as photosensitive plate. Okay. Which emit electrons. Okay. And other plate is used to collect electrons. Okay. So and this plate is called anode, and this is connected to this plate. Cathode is connected to the actually here this is a connection and it is connected to negative terminal of the battery actually. Okay, so it is commutator. So here commutator is used to change the polarities, so which is applied to cathode and anode. So forget about this. Generally we will apply initially we apply positive negative potential to this plate and positive potential to this plate. It is connected to this plate. C is connected to the negative potential of the battery and A is connected to the positive potential of the battery, and so that it emit electrons. Okay, and this positive plate collect the electrons which are emitted from the photosensitive plate. Okay, so here we are applying a proper potential difference between the plates. Okay, when light is allowed to incident, this is a light source of light. Yes, when light is allowed to incident on the metal plate. Okay, so the process of photoelectric emission takes place. So light incident on a metal plate, so electrons from the plate will come out from the metal surface. Okay, so and those electrons accelerating towards the positive plate. Since it is a positive plate, it accelerates towards a positive plate and moves in the circuit and establish current in the circuit, and that current will be measured with the use of a meter. Okay, so and this is about the experimental study. Simply light is allowed to incident on the metal plate, electrons are ejected. So and this anode collects the electrons and current will be so established in the circuit. Okay, this is experimental study of photoelectric effect. Okay, so next we will study experimental observations. Okay, so once again see what is photoelectric experimental study. Mainly it mainly consists of two plates. This positive two plates, one of the plate is called a cathode since it emit electrons, and other plate used to collect electrons. When light incident on the metal plate through this window, quartz window, this is a window. Through this window light is allowed to incident on the metal plate. Ejection of electrons, emission of electron takes place, and those are collected by the anode and current passes in the circuit. Okay, so and the next one is experimental observations. Okay, what are the experimental observations of this photoelectric emission? We have discussed how the emission of photoelectrons takes place, discussed in the this topic, experimental study. Okay, so this is experimental study, and next we are discussing the experimental observations. So the effect, first experimental observations here. Here the photoelectric current. Okay, what is a photoelectric current? Here when electrons are collected by the anode, those electrons are moving in the circuit and the wire. So motion of charges are electron, nothing but current. So that current depends upon four points. Okay, so four parameters actually. Photoelectric current, P nothing but photoelectric current depends on the intensity of light and potential difference applied between the plates, potential difference which applied between the plates, intensity nothing but capital I, potential difference capital V, and frequency nu, and metal, photo metal used. Okay, so photoelectric current, so the amount of current generated in the circuit depends upon the intensity, potential difference, frequency, and photometal used. Okay, so here first factor. So here we will study how photoelectric current changes by varying intensity only. Here for a given metal, we will fix the metal for a given metal, okay. See this figure. So I'm not changing the metal here. So we are not changing this metal. This is a metal C. I'm fixing the metal, okay, for a given metal surface. By keeping we are keeping frequency constant, frequency and potential difference constant, and I want to study how this photoelectric current, how so photoelectric current changes with intensity, okay. So right, so experimentally it is observed that so photoelectric current changes linearly with photoelectric current, okay. As you increase the intensity of light, so the number of electrons emitting from the plate also increases. Look at this figure. So here intensity, I will okay, so this is the intensity, 1 minute, okay, this is the intensity. If you change the intensity, okay, if you change the intensity of light, so the number of electrons emitted from the plate also increases, okay. If you change the intensity, more number of electrons eject out from the metal surface, okay. So so the current in the circuit also increases, right. So next C is the factor, okay. Here I'll write in a mathematical notation. Here photoelectric current, simply represented by I, is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light, okay. So by keeping other factors constant, okay. So photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of incident radiation, okay. So by keeping for a given metal and for a given frequency and for a given potential difference, so the intensity of the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the intensity of incident light, okay. And the second factor, experimental observation, okay. So right, the second one is, now here once again I am for a given metal surface, for a given metal, okay. Here I am keeping frequency and intensity constant. Now I will study how photoelectric current changes with potential difference or collector potential applied to, where we apply potential, negative potential at the collector end, means C plate. So that is called potential difference for a given metal. By keeping frequency and intensity of light constant, we will study how photoelectric current changes with the by changing the potential difference, okay. Now we are varying the potential difference and we will study how photoelectric current changes, okay. Now if you increase the potential difference, okay. Now I am going back to the figure, this figure. So if you right. Where is the potential here we are applying the potential difference between the plates. So I will represent here. Now I will show you. Okay, right, here we are applying potential difference V between the plates. Okay, right. If no potential, for example, if V is equals to 0, what happens? Okay, when V equals to 0, if electrons are emitted, even though, for example, emission of even though the potential difference is 0, so when light incident on the metal surface, so photoelectric emission takes place. So the electrons are emitted from the metal plate, but they are not moving towards the anode end. Why? Because no potential difference is applied. So what is a positive nature? There is no positive end, there is no negative end. Simply electrons are emitted. Just they are emitted from the metal surface. That's it. Okay. So but they are not accelerating towards a positive end. So they cannot provide current. They cannot establish current in the circuit. Okay. So if you apply a positive potential here, so they can move towards a positive end. So they can collect electrons, and so it establish a current in the circuit. Okay. Now, so in order to collect electrons, so we need to apply proper potential difference. Okay. So for example, no, I am increasing the potential difference with from 0. When you increase, as potential difference increases, photoelectric current also, sorry, this is intensity, so I will remove here, right. So as you increase the potential difference, photoelectric current also increases. Okay. So for example, for a given intensity, so this can cause only 1000 electrons. It can cause emission of 1000 electrons only. Okay. At okay, when light of suitable frequency, a particular frequency incident on a metal surface, it can cause emission of 1000 electrons, let us assume. Okay. So when if V equals to 0, even though these 1000 electrons are emitted from the metal plate, they cannot move towards the anode end. Because there is no positive nature. In what direction they have to move, they don't know. So if you increase the potential, means positive nature here increases, here negative nature increases. So they have a particular direction, so to move, so they are accelerating towards a positive end. Since these are negative particles, they move towards a positive end due to attractive potential energy, and they establish current in the circuit. Okay. As you increase the potential difference, the current also increases. For example, when all 1000 electrons are collected by anode at a particular, for example, at a particular potential difference, when all the electrons are collected by the anode, okay, what happens? Current reaches a maximum value. Even for example, it happened at 1000 volts. For example, at 0 volts, no electrons are collected by the plate. Okay. So at 1000 volts, all 1000 electrons are collected by the anode. Okay. So even though I am increasing the potential difference, now I become it to 1002 volts. What will be the current? What will be the number of electrons? Why? Because it can eject only 1000 electrons. Even though the potential difference is 1002 volts, the current remains same. The number of electrons emitted from the plate remains same. Why? Because it can eject only 1000 electrons. Even though if you increase the potential difference beyond 1000, there will be no change in the number of electrons, there will be no change in the current reaches the maximum value. So means that is called saturation value. Even though potential difference increases, current will not change. Current reaches the saturation value, maximum value. After that, there will be no change in the current. So okay, so this is about the variation of photoelectric current with the applied potential. Next, so what is the conclusion from the last experimental observation. From the last observation it is clear that photoelectric current depends on the intensity. Okay, so look at, forget about these two, look at these two here. Now actually no, I am changing here. Now what I told about this point, photoelectric current increases when stopping potential increases. Okay, so it increases, so and reaches the maximum value, it is maximum. After that there will be no change, it become constant. After that there will be no change in the current. Okay, even though the collector potential increases, there will be no change in the current. It reaches a saturation value at a particular intensity. At a particular intensity, if you change the intensity, current increases. Okay, we are not changing intensity, we are keeping intensity constant here. Look at this curve only for particular intensity. So saturation is different. This is a saturation current for intensity I1. This is a saturation current. Okay, so now what I am doing here, I want to change the polarities of the battery. Okay, so here there is a commutator, it can change the polarities. Next half cycle, no, I want to change it to positive. Actually it was negative in previously, now I am making it positive and negative. Now this plate A become negative. What happens here, when it is negative, these electrons are negative, there will be a large repulsive force, so it will stop the emission of electrons. Okay, so they are not moving. So as the negative potential increases, okay, what happens, so gradually one by one, so all the electrons comes to rest position. Okay, so so what we are doing at a particular negative potential, if the as negative here I am writing, as negative potential increases, okay, photoelectric current decreases. Okay, and at a particular negative potential, photoelectric current becomes 0. That particular negative potential is called cut off voltage or stopping potential. Okay, so what I am doing in the previous case, this was negative, this was positive. When it is positive, it will collect electrons. Now when the polarities are changed, okay, what happens here, so when light allowed to incident on it, emission of electrons takes place, but they do not move towards negative, and already they are in motion. In the previous case they are already in motion, but when you apply negative potential, what happens when you apply negative potential, so they will stop the photoelectric emission because there exists a large repulsive force. At a particular negative potential, the photoelectric current becomes 0. That particular negative potential is known as stopping potential or cut off voltage. Okay, so next next I am coming to this figure again. Now this negative potential, here look at this figure, even though intensity for different intensities of light, okay, so the saturation the stopping potential is constant. So from this observation we can say that stopping potential V0, this is called stopping potential. Stopping potential is independent, this is independent of intensity. Okay, here photoelectric current, in the previous case photoelectric current depends on intensity, but stopping potential does not depend on intensity. Okay, so does not depend on intensity. Okay, so this is a second experimental observation. Okay, first one, please remember, very important, photoelectric current is directly proportional to intensity of incident light, but stopping potential is independent of intensity of incident light. Okay, these are the peaks for saturation currents for different intensities. Okay, the negative potential is also called as retarding potential. So retarding potential. Okay, so sorry, right. Next I am going to third experimental observation, effect of frequency of light on photocurrent. Okay, now I look at this third figure. Here I am keeping metal constant for a given metal, sorry, right. For a given metal, okay, now I want to study variation of photoelectric current with what stopping potential, for different frequencies, for different frequencies. Okay, right. Now what happens here, as collector potential increases, okay, look at this figure. For a particular frequency, for frequency nu 1, the stopping potential is minus V01, means here lower frequency. For lower frequency of light, the stopping potential is small. As you increase the frequency of light, here nu 3 is greater than, nu 2 is greater than nu 1. So as frequency as nu increases, stopping potential also increases. Look at this figure. So here this is a curve for frequency of light nu 1, having frequency of light nu 1. Okay, so for frequency nu 1, for the light of frequency nu 1, the stopping potential is minus nu 1. For a greater light, for a light of greater frequency, okay, so the stopping potential is large, because as the frequency is as frequency increases, what happens, energy also increases. Here I forgot to say one point here. Here stopping potential is equals to maximum kinetic energy of electrons. Okay, so here at a particular negative potential, you are stopping the electrons which are moving with some kinetic energy. Okay, when all electrons motion ceases, what happens? So the energy, the kinetic energy of maximum kinetic energy of electrons is equals to EV naught. Okay, so when you apply negative when light incident on the metal surface, some of the electrons move with different electron move with a different velocity, but we need to stop all the electrons. Okay, we need to stop electrons which are moving with high speed, which are having more kinetic energy. So maximum kinetic energy of electrons is equals to the stopping potential energy, so stopping potential. So and energy of those electrons represented as EV naught. Okay, so right, as frequency increases, energy as frequency increases, okay, what happens? So the kinetic energy, what is the expression for energy? Equals to h nu. Energy also increases. When energy increases, kinetic energy, maximum kinetic energy also increases. When maximum kinetic energy increases, stopping potential also increases according to this relation. Okay, right. Now stopping potential is a function of stopping potential is directly proportional to frequency. Okay, depends on frequency. Okay, stopping potential, what is the conclusion from the last factor? Stopping potential is independent of intensity. Stopping potential does not depend on intensity. Stopping potential depends on the frequency. So V naught is directly proportional to nu. Okay, right. So this is a third factor. Next third and the fourth one is, fourth experimental observation is, so there is so for different materials the stopping potential here for there exists a minimum frequency. Let us see this figure. Okay, so here it is a metal A. So if the frequency of light, incident light, below nu naught is the frequency at which I'll write one point here, there exists a minimum frequency, below which no emission of electrons, whatever be the intensity. Okay, so for example 10 Hz is a minimum for metal A. So nu naught is equals to, let it be 10 Hz. Okay, right. And at a 10 Hz, if the intensity of light, intensity of light less than 10 Hz, no emission of electron takes place. Okay, so if intensity is, sorry, here I wrote wrong here the frequency, the frequency of light less than 10 Hz, no emission of electron takes place. Okay, so here now if the frequency is greater than 10 Hz, what frequency of incident light? This is the frequency of incident light. Frequency of incident light is more than 10 Hz. Okay, so then photoelectric emission takes place. Then what happens if you increase the at this situation only, if you increase the intensity, what happens? Photoelectric current increases. If the frequency is less than 10 Hz, even though you increase the intensity, the photoelectric current is 0 here. Okay, so remember this point. So there exists a minimum frequency, so below which no emission of electrons takes place, that is called cutoff frequency. Okay, so for metal A the frequency is nu naught, for metal B frequency is nu naught dash. Here stopping potential is, already I told that stopping potential is directly proportional to frequency. As the frequency increases, so beyond stopping potential, beyond cutoff frequency, stopping potential also increases. Okay, here these are the experimental observations of photoelectric effect. So briefly I'll discuss once again. First one, photoelectric current, I nothing but photoelectric current is directly proportional to intensity of incident radiation. Okay, and the second one is stopping potential is independent of intensity. Stopping potential is independent of intensity I. Okay, and third one, so there exists a minimum frequency that is called threshold frequency, okay, below which no emission of electrons takes place, okay, right. And the fourth factor, so for different metals threshold frequency is different, okay. So and the fifth one, there is no time lag between incident light and emitted electrons. Look at this figure here. So there is no time lag. As soon as the light incident on the metal surface, so what happens, as soon as light incident on the metal surface, so immediately emission of electron takes place. As light incident on the metal surface, immediately emission of electron takes place. The time lag between the incident light emission of electron is 10 power of minus 9 seconds, okay, almost immediately, okay, instantaneous. It is an instantaneous process. There is no time delay between the incident light and emission of electrons. And this is about the photoelectric effect and experimental observations of experimental study and photoelectric effect and experimental observations of photoelectric effect, okay. In the next class we will discuss Einstein's photoelectric equation, okay. Thank you.